Close your eyes tonight and imagine this. What if your dream life partner was already lying beside you? What if, instead of hoping, you felt the reality of being loved, chosen, and married? The secret is not to wait for the future. It is to live it in your mind now. There is a power that few ever truly understand, yet it is the very key to manifesting the deepest desires of the heart. That power lies in the way you sleep, in the images you carry into the night, and in the feelings you allow to settle in your soul before drifting off. You see, sleep is not just rest, it is the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious, between what you see now and what you are destined to experience. And if you truly long for marriage, for love, for union, then you must learn the art of sleeping as if you are already married. Why? Because the mind does not distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically real. When you sleep in the feeling of being married, your subconscious accepts it as truth. And the subconscious is the womb of reality. It births into existence whatever seeds are planted within it. So every night, before you close your eyes, you are either planting seeds of loneliness, doubt, and waiting, or you are planting seeds of joy, fulfillment, and love. The choice is always yours. Think about it. How often do you go to bed with worries of being alone? How often do you replay stories of heartbreak, betrayal, or disappointment? Without realizing it, those are the seeds you are sowing in your most fertile state of mind. But if instead you close your eyes and feel the warmth of your partner's presence, the weight of a wedding band on your hand, the joy of being chosen and cherished, then you begin to align with that reality. Slowly but surely, life shifts to match the images you faithfully carry. This is not fantasy, it is creation. Everything in your life first began as a thought, an image, a belief. The house you live in, the clothes you wear, the job you hold, all of it was once only an idea. Marriage is no different. If you want it, you must first possess it inwardly before you ever see it outwardly. The key is repetition, consistency, and faith. Night after night you must enter your sleep not as a single person hoping to be married, but as someone who already is. Picture it with detail. As you lie in bed, imagine reaching over and feeling the hand of your spouse. Imagine the sound of their breathing beside you. Imagine the little conversations, the laughter, the safety, the sense of belonging. Let those feelings sink into your heart until they feel natural. The more natural they feel, the faster reality must conform. Because the subconscious cannot resist a state that has become real within it, simply brings it to pass. The reason so many people remain stuck is because they live in the state of waiting. They pray for love but continue to feel alone. They desire marriage but continue to identify with being single. And the subconscious obeys not what you ask for, but what you consistently feel yourself to be. If you feel single, you remain single. But if you feel married, you set the stage for the universe to deliver that exact experience. This is not about desperation, it is about alignment. You are not chasing marriage, you are embodying it. You are not forcing love, you are receiving it. And there is a huge difference. The world responds not to your words but to your vibration. And the vibration of a person who already lives in love is magnetic, irresistible, and undeniable. That is why the most powerful thing you can do is to sleep each night in the joy of already being chosen. Even science tells us that the last thoughts before sleep imprint most deeply into the subconscious mind. That is why negative thoughts before bed lead to restless nights, and positive ones lead to peace. Imagine how much more powerful it becomes when those thoughts are not just positive, but deeply aligned with your highest desire. If you want marriage, make it a practice to end every day in that feeling. Your nights become rehearsals for your future, and your mornings become steps toward its unfolding. Now some may wonder, but what if I wake up and see the opposite of what I imagined? That is where faith comes in. The outside world always lags behind the inner world. Reality is simply catching up to what you have already claimed. Don't let appearances fool you. Don't let delays discourage you. The seed always grows beneath the soil before it rises into view. Just because you cannot see it yet does not mean it is not happening. Every great change begins invisibly. The caterpillar cannot yet see the butterfly. The seed cannot yet see the tree. and you may not yet see the ring, the vows, or the embrace, but it is already forming in the unseen. Your job is not to force the timing, but to remain in the state. Sleep in it, live in it, breathe in it. Let marriage be your inner reality long before it becomes your outer reality. The beauty of this practice is that it transforms you even before the marriage arrives. You begin to carry yourself differently. You begin to speak differently. You radiate peace, confidence, and joy. People sense that you are whole, complete, and chosen, even before anyone places a ring on your finger. And that magnetism draws the right person, at the right time, in the right way. So tonight, do not lie down as someone waiting for love, lie down as someone already in love. Do not drift into sleep as someone hoping for marriage, drift into sleep as someone already married. See it, feel it, claim it. Repeat it until it becomes second nature. And when it does, life has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Your bed is not just a place of rest, it is an altar of creation. Every night you decide what future you are rehearsing. Will you rehearse loneliness or love, delay or fulfillment, waiting or receiving? Choose wisely, because what you practice in the unseen will one day become your reality in the seen. Let this truth sink deeply if you dare to live inwardly in the joy of being married. The outer world must eventually conform. No force on earth can stop a state that has been fully accepted within. And as you faithfully carry this practice, the day will come when you wake up and realize that what you once imagined has now become your life. The bed that once held only your dreams will now hold the reality of the love you manifested. So tonight and every night after, close your eyes, not with longing but with fulfillment. Not with waiting but with gratitude. Not as if it might happen, but as if it already has. Sleep as if you are already married, and you will discover that the future you desire has been waiting for you all along. Sleep is not merely the body's way of resting, it is the sacred passage where tomorrow is born. The moment you close your eyes, you step into the creative workshop of the subconscious mind. Whatever you carry into this state of rest begins to take shape beyond your awareness. If you fall asleep with doubt, that doubt is magnified. If you fall asleep with hope, that hope is nourished. Sleep is more than silence. It is a doorway, a bridge that leads from imagination into manifestation. In those quiet hours, your soul whispers louder than the noise of the day. You are planting seeds whether you realize it or not. And the harvest comes without fail. Sleep, therefore, is never neutral. It is always shaping. That is why mastering the art of sleeping with intention is the key to mastering the art of life itself. The subconscious is a powerful servant, but it cannot tell the difference between what is imagined with feeling and what is lived physically. When you vividly envision being loved, married, and chosen before sleep, your subconscious accepts it as fact. It does not argue, it simply receives. That acceptance sets into motion events, connections, and opportunities that align with what it has been told to believe. Just as a dream feels real in the moment, so does the vision you plant. The body may lie in bed alone, but the mind is already wrapped in the warmth of union. This repeated belief becomes a command that reality must obey. What begins as thought becomes form. What begins as feeling becomes experience. Every night you stand at the edge of a decision. Will you carry loneliness into your sleep or love? Your subconscious cannot choose for you, it only magnifies what you deliver. If your last thoughts are filled with sorrow, you are sowing sorrow. If they are filled with joy and union, you are sowing joy. The bed becomes your garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. Too many live as if waiting for love to come, but they never plant the seed of being loved within themselves. Every night is an opportunity to practice the reality you desire, to water the vision of the life you want. Do not waste your nights rehearsing lack. Rehearse abundance, rehearse love, rehearse marriage. If you want marriage, you must first carry it inwardly with conviction. You cannot walk into a new reality while clinging to the old identity. The world will not give you what you want. It will give you what you already accept yourself to be. When you sleep as if you are already married, you shift your identity. You no longer feel like someone waiting, you feel like someone living the promise. This inner state becomes your truth, and soon the outer world conforms. No transformation is possible without first embracing the feeling of the result. You do not wait until you are married to feel married. You feel married, and then you are. The subconscious does not obey empty words, it obeys the emotions and images that saturate the mind. Saying I want love means little if your heart feels lonely. But when you imagine the warmth of a ring on your hand, when you feel the joy of waking up beside someone, the subconscious takes it as reality. Feelings are the language it understands. They are the ink with which your story is written. Words may fade, but feelings leave a permanent mark. That is why mastering the art of feeling the end result is far more powerful than repeating affirmations without emotion. The subconscious is not logical, it is faithful. When you drift into sleep already living in the feeling of love, your vibration rises to meet it. That energy is magnetic. It pulls circumstances, people, and opportunities toward you that match the state you have entered. You begin to radiate wholeness, and wholeness is irresistible. Instead of waiting for love to arrive, you are already aligned with it, and the world must respond. Your energy speaks louder than your words, and the energy of someone who lives in love cannot be ignored. Sleeping in the state of already being married is not just practice, it is activation. Reality does not shift instantly because the physical world moves slower than the inner world. What you feel today shows up tomorrow, just as a planted seed takes time to grow into a tree. Do not be discouraged if you wake up to see nothing change yet. Trust that the process is unfolding in unseen ways. Your inner claim is already echoing through the corridors of time, shaping meetings, circumstances, and opportunities that will bring you into alignment. Appearances are not final, they are temporary shadows of the greater reality forming within. Patience and persistence allow the seed to bloom. The final thoughts before sleep carry the greatest weight. Science affirms that the subconscious is most open in the last minutes before drifting into dreams. What you repeat then sinks the deepest. If you fill those moments with gratitude, joy, and the vision of union, you are engraving that reality onto your soul. The opposite is also true. Fear and doubt engraved at night shape your waking days. This is why intention before sleep is so vital. Each night you write the script your subconscious will rehearse until morning. Choose wisely because it never forgets. There will be mornings when you wake up and the opposite of what you imagined stares at you. That is where faith is tested. Faith does not rely on evidence, it creates evidence. Just as a seed is buried before it breaks through, your desire is hidden before it blooms. Trust that unseen forces are at work. Trust that what you cannot yet see is already alive beneath the surface. Do not uproot your dream by doubting its growth. The invisible stage of manifestation is just as real as the visible. What you accept inwardly must one day appear outwardly. As you practice living inwardly in the state of being married, your outer self transforms. You carry yourself differently, you walk with confidence, you speak with assurance. People notice the glow of someone who knows they are chosen. You radiate joy, peace, and completeness, and this makes you magnetic. Love finds those who no longer chase it but embody it. By embodying marriage in your inner world, you prepare yourself for its arrival in the outer world. You no longer hope, you become. Your bed is not just a place to rest your body, it is an altar where futures are shaped. Every night you are making an offering, either the offering of lack or the offering of fulfillment. The altar receives what you give and returns it multiplied. If you give it fear, you receive fear. If you give it love, you receive love. This sacred space should never be wasted on empty repetition of worries. Approach it with reverence, with gratitude, with intention. For in that stillness, you are speaking to the deepest part of yourself. When you faithfully practice sleeping in the state of already being married, life cannot resist you. The subconscious never fails to fulfill what it has accepted as truth. Consistency is the secret. One night of faith may not be enough, but repeated nights engrave it into your soul. Slowly the outer world bends to match the inner one. Then one day you wake to find the dream has become reality. What you rehearsed night after night has stepped out of imagination and into your life. The bed that once held only your vision now holds your answered prayer.